but Hamid is taller than him. Indeed, he is the tallest student in our class, and who's the tallest student in your class? Uh, أطول طالب في فصلنا إبراهيم.
Hmm.
Uh, the tallest student in our class is Ibrahim. الدفترك هذا يا أحمد إن خطك جميل جدا
Hmm.
ما شاء الله.
Mashallah.
Uh, is your notebook is this your notebook, Ya Ahmed? Indeed, your handwriting is very beautiful. MashaAllah. شكرا يا علي. Uh, خطي جميل وخط وخطك
Hmm.
أحمر
Ajmalu.
أو أجمل.
Hmm.
Okay. شكرا يا علي. My handwriting is beautiful, and your handwriting is more beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, من هذا الفتى الذي معك يا أحمد؟ آه، كأنه أخوك. Who's this young man who is with you, Ya Ahmed? It looks as if he is your brother.
Nice.
نعم هو أخي الشقيق.
Hmm.
Yes, he is my older brother, uh, my full brother. Uh, أكبر منك هو أم أصغر? Is he older than you or younger?
Hmm.
هو أصغر مني. He is younger than me. في أي مهجع أنت يا أخي? Which hostel are you in, oh my brother? أنا في مهجع الخامس وهو بعيد جدا عن المدرسة. I am in the fifth hostel and it is very far from the school.
Hmm.
أنا في مهجع الثامن
Hmm.
وهو أبعد من مهجعكم. I am in the eighth hostel, and it is mostly near your hostel. Okay,
Remember, hostel is like a. This is a college scene, so
okay.
what's it doing?
Hostel. أيها أحسن. Which أيهما okay. أيهما أحسن. Uh, I think that means which is better.
Exactly. Which
Okay.
one? Which from the two is better?
Okay, which one is better? Okay. المهجع الخامس أحسن فإن غرفته غرفه أوسع
Hmm.
ونوافذ ونوافذه أكبر ومراحيضه
Hmm.
أنظف
Hmm.
والسرور
Usulul
الذي
lati.
فيه أجمل. The fifth hostel is better, but the rooms its rooms are wider. and the windows is bigger, and its toilets are cleaner, and the beds which are in it are beautiful.
Okay. All right, thank you, inshallah. So now we have here, alhamdulillah, it's beneficial. It's a lot of cool things in it that we, alhamdulillah, that we love to deal with. Let's just immediately turn to the exercises. Well, first and foremost, let's just see what the sheikh, the doctor, what he's saying. I think is more appropriate, so we kind of get an understanding of what's going to be going down with this lesson. All right. So we'll return back to the Kitab al-Mu'allim. سنعود إلى كتاب معلم. فقال المصنف الدرس الثالث. The author said الدرس الثالث. He said that which we're going to deal with, that which must be dealt with in الدرس الثالث, in lesson 3. Okay, is as follows.
Prophecy. It's a kind of it's a very encompassing lesson. And I know you don't have this book. You want to get your notes out for this book. We're going to go between the monitor.
We're going between the monitor and the actual board to get a good understanding.
I hope that everybody can see. I think they can see it not as clearly as we would like them to.
Okay. So the goal of this lesson, the goal of the lesson here, as it comes here, it says الدرس الثالث. But الدرس الثالث here, الدرس الثالث here is at the top. Okay, see the arrow? It says الهدف. When we talked about this is the goal of the actual lesson. The goal of the actual lesson. And the goal, as he always likes to start, is تعليم الأنماط والقواعد والمفردات الآتية, is the learning of the following methods. All right, and math is methods, is the plural of namat, like manners and how to carry themselves and speak. All right, والقواعد, in the principles, amen. والمفردات, in the words that are connected to it. This is what we're going to go over in الدرس الثالث. Okay, from Mustawa Thani, from Medina Book 2. Okay, so it says the first thing we want to deal with is Ismu Tabdil. The first thing must be dealt with in this particular lesson, in lesson 3, Medina Book level 2, is Ismu Tabdil. Ismu Tabdil is the nounal scale, okay, that is used throughout. We use it even in Islam. Every time we say ad-darsu khayran min an-nawm during the Fajr, the adhan for Fajr, that is a scale for Ismu Tabdil. And it's simply a way of saying that something is better than another thing. Just like we say when we do the call to prayer in the morning for Fajr, we're saying that what? As-salatu khayran min an-nawm. That prayer is better than sleep. We're going to learn about that type of wording, that type of usage in the Arabic language today. All right? As Muhammad Sallallahu mentioned in the hadith, when he said what? He says, Al-mu'minu qawiyyu khayrun, that the strong believer is better. Wa ahabbu, and that's the scale there. Wa ahabbu, he's more beloved. Min al-mu'min al-da'ifi. The strong believer is better. Again, al-mu'minu qawiyyu khayrun, the strong believer is better. Yes. وَأَحَبَّ إِلَى اللَّهِ, and more loved to Allah, من المؤمن الضعيف, than the weak believer. Person's still a believer, but he's a weak believer. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger, again, utilizing this type of word, this ismu tabdil to now. It's used to show that what? Comparison between one thing that's better than the other. Is that clear? Prayer being better than sleep. The strong believer being better than the weak believer. This is something that's used throughout Islam, and we're going to cover that today in Medina Book 2, Lesson 3. Then we have al-adad al-murakkab ma'adud al-mudhakkar. The compound numbers with the thing that's being counted. That adad is being counted when it's masculine. Tayyib, inshallah. Then we're going to go over today al-adad al-tartibi. And we're going to cover that in explanation and get a real good explanation and some examples of what we're referring to and what's the difference between al-adad al-mudhakkar and al-adad al-tartibi. We're going to go over that, inshallah. Lakinna is a continuation of what we started in lesson 1 with the inna and the sisters of inna. Lakinna is one of the sisters of inna. Lakinna is one of the sisters of inna. Inna meaning verily. This is a sister, or it's in the category of inna. This is what class? Lakinna. It's harf al-nasb wa istidrak. It's considered to be a letter of nasb, not a letter of jar, but a letter of nasb. Tayyib, inshallah, and it means what? However, but, like that. Okay? Ka'anna. Ka'anna is also from the sisters or from the categories of inna. Ka'anna, or ka'anna, what does it mean? It means what? To mirror, to resemble, to imitate. Alhamdulillah, it was used in a lesson when one of the people that was in the conversation where he says, Ka'annahu akhun. Oh, Ka'annahu, what was the it was at the end. It was let me read it for you guys. It was Ka'annahu, what is it at? I want to read it just as it is. Right. Ka'annahu akhuka. It's as if he's your brother. Ka'annahu akhuka. It's as if he is your brother. Ka'annahu akhuka. Okay? So you use that in that type of manner. All right? With that type of number, as we mentioned here. Alaysa kadhalik. Alaysa kadhalika. And then, of course, the response, bala. When someone says, Alaysa kadhalika, and then, of course, when you respond and you say, bala. We're going to go over this today. What of course means of course. It means of course. We're going to cover that today. Ayyuhuma. Ayyuhuma. Which from the two? Ayyuhuma. Which from the two? We're going to deal with that as well today. And then, of course, al-alamu. Al-alamu. These are some of the words, the mufradat. Al-fariqu, which we already dealt in our vocabulary quiz. We did that. We do that before we end any lesson here at Marcus O'Lean. We always do the vocabulary quiz first. This is something for the teachers out there to pay attention to. Your students shouldn't be inside of a lesson except that they've already completed the vocabulary quiz before the lesson even begins. They have to take it seriously. And there's no pass. Vocabulary quiz first, 70 or more, in the lesson. Continuing on. Fil manami. What does fil manami mean? Somebody, what does fil manami mean? In a dream. Ra'aytuka fil manam. I saw you in the dream. Allah musta'an. La'ibun. What's a la'ibun? A la'ibun. He's a player. Like we got, what's the guy we got in the Sixers now? La'ibun. What's his name again? Not Simmons, the other big boy. He's a la'ibun, right? He's a player, right? You got soccer. You got people who play soccer, and they consider to be la'ibun kuratul qadam, right? Then we got people who play what? We play basketball. La'ibun what? Kuratul salla, right? Alhamdulillah. La'ibun. Okay? And that's good for you guys that like sports out there. You can refer to the players as la'ib. He's a la'ib. Okay? Anyway, al-mahja'un, hence you see that they got al-fariq and they got la'ib. In the same what? In the same lesson. Al-fariq is what? The team. And then you got la'ibun in the same lesson. Hence the connection between the two. Then we got al-mahja'u. Now Salim kept translating al-mahja'u as what? As a hostel. Now, hostel is one of those places, no doubt, is for students, you know, they go from place to place and they can stay in real cheap when they're traveling as a student. As well as what we like to refer to, we like to use the word al-mahja'u on this in the setting of a university as a what, Salim? المهجع أنا أسكن في المهجع الثاني. I live in المهجع الثاني, right? So it's a dorm. We want to use it. So المهجع المهجع can be what? And again, it's Aleph, Lam, Mim, Ha, المهجع. Again, this can be referred to as a hostel, but it could also be used and referred to as a what class? As a dormitory. As a dormitory. All right? The dorm, for short. All right? The dorm, for short. Al-Mahja'u. Okay? So alhamdulillah, this is what we're going to cover, and this is what we're going to deal with in this particular lesson today. This is the goal of the lesson today. So let's just read over and do the conversation. All right, so now since you really understand, he's got the conversation now pat. He translated the conversation to prove to us that he actually understands it. Now we're going to just read through it. It's going to be real fast paced. It's not going to be anything slow. So just follow. We're going to actually have the conversation like Salim just came home from Al Medina in Mecca. He's ready. Bismillah ta'ala. Say, Salim, I'm Ahmed, okay? And you guys out there, somebody be Ahmed, all right? You take a book. I'm Ahmed. He was looking for it. And I'm Ahmed. I'll be Ahmed. Salim, he's going to be Aliyu. I'm going to be Ahmedu. Salim's going to be Ali. Okay. كم طالبا في فصلكم يا علي؟ No. Come on, friends. Come on, friends, back. We use the board together. We talk and have the conversation. It'll be better for the students as well. All right, Tayyib? So again, I'm Ahmed, you're Ali. You ready? Okay, Tayyib, let's go. كم طالبا في فصلكم يا علي؟ الطلاب في فصلنا أكثر. فيه 19 طالبا يا علي. ما اسم الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس؟ هو طويل جدا، أليس كذلك؟
في فصلنا وما أطول طالبا في فصلكم؟
أطول طالبا في فصلنا إبراهيم.
إن خطك جميل جدا ما شاء الله.
شكرا يا علي، خطي جميل وخطك أجمل. نعم، هو أخي الشقيق. Okay, that's fine. هو أصغر مني. في أي
مهجع أنت يا أخي؟
أنا في المهجع الخامس وهو بعيد جدا عن المدرسة. مهجعي ممتاز. أيهما أحسن؟ المهجع الخامس. Nothing
خامس أحسن فإنه ورفعه أوسع
ونوافذه ومراحبه أنظف. نعم. والسرور التي ممتاز. جزاكم الله خير. That was definitely a tongue twister in Salim's defense. Come on, let's have a seat. Let's get to the lesson. So now, what we're going to do, brother, we are going to get into the explanation, okay, of the Sheikh. And we got to treat, we'll definitely do the hadith today if we have some time. That's what I would like to do, which of course is also from level 2. All right. And when we say level 2, we mean what you would study in the second part of your first year. So basically, what's going to happen is all the students in Medina, they're going to be studying level 2, okay, when they come back after this break. Is that clear? In the second part of the year. They've already finished Medina Book 1 and all the sister books of Medina Book 1. So we're going to try to make this a little bit bigger for you guys so that you can see, inshallah. It's a little tiny. The font of the explanation, the book that the Sharh is in, the font of it is really small. So we're going to try to make it a little bit bigger for you guys. All right, and hope per chance that you can see it. All right. We got the 150 now, a little bit more. And anybody that wants the link, you guys can go and request the link. You can go ahead and experience and have this experience on our platform, which is WizIQ, which we stream live and we teach from here at the Institute on our monitor, between the monitor and our whiteboards, and for virtually as well, for people wherever you may be, you can come and participate in the class like this. This is a private tutoring session, one-on-one, which you can do as well. And Salim, alhamdulillah, doesn't mind when we invite other students in, so that people can benefit. So other than him, the first matter that the Sheikh wanted to deal with in the explanation as it comes is what he says, Ismu Tabdil. He says, Ismu Tabdil. So he gives the explanation. He says, Ismu Tabdili, okay, Ismun yusahu ala al-wazni af'al, which of course is af'al. So Ismu Tabdil, it is a type of noun, okay, that you place upon a particular wording or a particular scale, as we like to say, all right? And that scale is af'alu. Okay, so whatever you're trying to express, if you're trying to express that this beauty, or that this beauty is more better, if you're trying to express that this room is more wider, if you're trying to express that Brother Ammar, he's more older, okay, don't do that. If you're trying to express that this book is more newer, for example, if you're trying to express that this religion, this deen, is more better, you would do it by placing that word that you're trying to express. All right, you will place it on this particular scale. All right, Jamilun. How do you spell Jamilun? Jamilun is what, class? Jeen, Meen, Ya, Lam. Right, Jamilun. But now you want to say that she's more beautiful than she is. Okay, or this house is more beautiful than this house. Is that clear? So what you would do is you would do what? You would take those main letters, the fundamental letters, and of course these words have a trilateral root origin, meaning they have a 3-letter origin. Is that clear? So the 3-letter origin of the word Jamilun is Jeen, Meen, and Lam. 3 words. Jeen, Meen, and Lam. And you would place those 3 letters on the scale of what class? Of Alu. So you would have what? You would already have the Aleph present, and then you would place the Jeen in the place of the Fa. Is that clear? You will place the Meen in the place of the Ain. Is that clear? You will place the Lam from the word Jamilun in the place of the Lam. We call this the Fa of the word, the Ain of the word, and the Lam of the word. I'm speaking to you in terminology of morphology, sarf. Tayyib, inshallah, what you get when you study the Medina books. You do grammar and you get morphology. You get nahu, wasarf, and some other sciences of the Arabic language. This is your first introduction into it. Medina book 2, lesson 3. So you take Jamilun and you say what? It becomes ajmalu. Is that clear? Is that clear? Take the word kabirun. Kabirun. The trilateral root origin of the word kabirun is what, Salim? Kaf, ba, and ra. You would place it on the scale so you can do that expression. Af'alu. Now you place kabir on. Use the alf or the hamza with the alf here. It would already be present. Now, you would take the kaf from the word kabir on and put it right here where the fa is at. You would take the ba from the word kabir on, you would place it right here where the ain is at. The ain of the word. And you would take the ra from kabir on, you would place it here where the lam is at. And now you would read it like such. Akdaru. Ajmalu. So it's what? It's more beautiful. It's what? It's more bigger. Now, is that clear? The word saghirun. Saghirun. Right? Sod, ghain, ya, ra. You would take the sod, the ghain, and the ra, which is the trilateral root word of the word saghirun, which means what? Small. And you would place it where, Salim? The alif hamza here would already be here. The hamza here would already be here. So you would place that where? You would place the sod where, Salim? Where the fa is at. All right? That has sukoon over it. And you would place the ghain where, Salim? Where the ain is at. You would place it on the ain of the letter. And that last letter, ra, you would place it where, Salim? Where the what is at? Where the lamb was at, the lamb of the letter. And then how would you pronounce the sling? It will become what? Asgharu. Asgharu. That this pen is asgharu min that. That this pen is smaller than that pen. Is that clear? And on and on and on like that. This is what we're trying to achieve. This is what we're trying to achieve and learn in this particular lesson. He says, وَلَهُ عِدَّةُ الصُّوَرِ مِنْهَا. So he says that there are many different versions of this, or different types, we'll say, of this ismul tafdil. Okay? So here it says what? It says, وَأَنْ يَكُونَ نَكِرَةً وَبَعْدَهُ حَرْفُ جَرٍ مِنْ. So we're going to get into the principles that are surrounded around the usage of this type, what? Of this type of word, which is called ismul tafdil. Yeah? So he continues on, the Sheikh Najrani, who is the author, Sheikh Hussein, who is the author of this book. He says, وَلَهُ عِدَّةُ صُوَرٍ. And it has a lot of different types. He says, minha, from the types, أَنْ يَكُونَ نَكِرَةً. That it's going to become what? Nakira. That is going to be what? This word, this now, this is what it's going to nakira. It's going to be nakira. وَبَعْدَهُ حَرْفُ جَرٍ. And after ismul tafdil, you will find always, you will find the preposition min. Is that clear? As it came what? As it comes in the adhan in the morning time. As-salatu khayrun. Khayrun is the noun that we're talking. That's the example of the ismul tafdil. That's the shahid. What? As-salatu khayrun min an-nawm. Is that not the preposition min inside the adhan that you're doing in the morning time during Fajr? As-salatu khayrun min an-nawm. That is what you do. Now, as it came in the hadith, al-mu'minu qawiyyu khayrun wa ahibbu ila Allahi min al-mu'minin. And it is right there for you in the hadith. And we'll deal with the hadith today, inshallah. It's a hadith that goes right along with this lesson and this principle for ismul tafdil. Okay? We're going to deal with that today, inshallah. I'll give it to you guys as a treat, inshallah. So now we have what? It says, وَيَسْتَعْمِلُ لِلْآخِرِ وَغَيْرِ الْآخِرِ. And when this occurs, okay, it can be used for that which has intellect and to refer to that which does not have intellect. Is that clear? When utilizing this type of ismul tafdil, with the harf jar coming after it, and it's indefinite, it's nakiratun, then it can be used to refer to the what? Objects that have an intellect and objects that don't have an intellect. Is that not the case between the two examples that we keep using? We said as-salatu khayrun min an-nawm, right? That the prayer is better than sleep. The prayer and sleep, neither one of them have intellect. They're considered to be ghayr al-aql. Right? At the same time, when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam referred to the strong believer and the weak believer in the hadith, the weak believer and the strong believer, then the aql. They have intellect. So there's your two examples right there of when it can be used without intellect and when it can be used what? Both of them having men as well. The preposition. Two beautiful examples that you have to memorize. Two beautiful examples that you have to memorize. So he says, well, if you have it, his sword. And he says that when it comes in this type of a way, يكون اسم التبديل مفردا مذكرا دائما. And when it comes in this way, this version of ism tabdil, it says that the ism tabdil will always have to be mufradan mudhakkaran. It will always have to be singular, masculine. He said da'iman, meaning abada. Forever and ever, if it's going to come like this must be the conditions of it. These conditions must be fulfilled. These conditions must be fulfilled. Are we clear? You got it? Alhamdulillah, you got with some cool examples too. So there's no way you can forget it. There's no way you can forget this because you got with some good examples. I mean, subhanAllah. We got some everyday example. Just think about, alhamdulillah, the again. As-salatu khayrun minan nawm. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. And this is the beauty of the Medina system, that it utilizes the kitab and the sunnah to teach you Arabic. You're not just learning Arabic just to read a newspaper or to have a foolish conversation. No, alhamdulillah. We use the Quran and the sunnah, or the Quran and the sunnah is used with this system to teach you Arabic. Because is that not the goal? To understand the Quran and the sunnah, this is why we're learning the Arabic. So let's look at some examples in regards to the first time. He says, Taqulu Muhammadun, please read Salim. Here, Muhammadun afdalu min Khalidin. You see the example? Muhammadun afdalu min Khalidin. What does this mean, Salim? Who knows what this means? No, fadl. He has more fadl. He has more excellence. He has more fadl. He has more excellence. He has more superiority. Is that clear? Fadl becomes what? Afdalu. Is that clear? So he has more excellence. He's better. Huh? He's better. He's better than him. Or again, Muhammad afdalu min Khalidin. Is that clear? MashaAllah. He says, here, please read the next example. So again, Fatimatu akbaru min Aisha. Aisha, because Aisha is what class? Aisha is mabna manasara. ومبنى manasara yujarruha bil. You show that any word that's mabna manasara that's prohibited from taking the tanween, as we learned in the last two lessons of Medina Book 1. Anytime a preposition comes in front of a noun that is considered to be mabna manasara, then you show that it is majrurun by taking the what? By placing the what above it? The fatha. Is that clear? All right? The fatha. As it comes. Fatimatu akbaru min Aisha. Well then. All right? Is that clear? So now we have here, Salim, please read Sayyarati. This is some real arrogant stuff right here. Now, how you gonna come at somebody like that, bro? What does this mean, Salim? Tell us what this means so they can understand. Now, this is a little bit arrogant. He's talking about this brother's car. Let him know what they said, Salim, please. Sayyarati. My car is ajmalu. He said that my car is ajmalu min sayyaratika. My car is more beautiful than your car. This is some crazy stuff. I'm just joking. And have the shari'u. Come on, Salim. What does this mean? This street is more cleaner than that. All right? Salim, here. Khattuka. Okay, khattuka ahsanu min khatti. What does this mean, Salim? Your handwriting is better than my handwriting. Tayyib, inshallah. All right, now we're going to go to the next one. Anti. Anti. What does this mean, Salim? You are bigger than me. You are bigger than me. So now we're getting an understanding on how to use this now. This ism tabdil is very clear. But alhamdulillah. So now we're going to get into the second type of this ism tabdil. the second type of ism tabdil. He says what? He explains in the explanation. He says, "An yakuna nakiratan mudafan ila nakiratan." When in the event it is what? That it has to be what? An yakuna nakiratan. It has to be nakiratan and what? Mudaf ila nakiratan. And it has to be added, linguistically added to a what? Another word that is what? Nakiratan. When it is indefinite, it is added to another word that is what, class? Indefinite. Is that clear? This is when you start and you know the akhir. And this can be used for that which has intellect or for that which does not have intellect. Either or. Either or. But yep, this is what we are having a surah, and in this type comes, it says yakuna ismu tabdil iban mufradan mudhakkaran da'iman. And when it comes like this second type, just like in the previous type, the ismu tabdil must be singular. And it must be masculine. And it says that in the meaning ever there. It must always come, and it must be what? Singular and masculine. Again, specifically talking about ismu tabdil. Okay? Let's look. So here we have what? Taqulu Muhammadun ahsanu qalidan. You see that? You saw that? Let's do it again. Muhammadun ahsanu. You see that? What happened? Let's look at that. Let's underline some of these points. Some of the direct things that he referred to is like a perfect example, like a perfect storm. A really, really good example for the principles or the conditions that must be filled to be considered in the last type. So he says what? That it has to be what? Something has to be indefinite. Nakiratan mudafun ila nakiratan. Right? Okay, cool. So let's look. Did that happen yet? Is it again nakiratan? Yes, it's indefinite. That's no out of land. Right? Is it not mudafun ila nakiratan? And it's what? It's been added, meaning this is the mudaf. Ahsanu, and qaliban is considered to be the mudafun ilayhi. This is what they mean when they say mudafun ila nakiratan, meaning it has to be what? Mudaf, and the mudafun ilayhi becomes the word that comes after it, or the noun that comes after it, and that noun too must be indefinite. No out of land. And it's going to have the indication that it is what? That it's a mudafun ilayhi, because we know from lesson 5, Medina book 1, that what? That the mudafun ilayhi is not your other. The word that came after the ismu tabdil, ahsanu, meaning more better. Is it not talibin? Without any alif lam, it's talibin. Okay, now, isn't it taking what? Isn't it taking what? The kasra tab? Mashallah. That's a clear example. So here you see the fulfillment of the conditions. Here you see the fulfillment of the conditions. And here, this is where you start. What is it? Here we will see it being used for that which has intellect and for that which does not have intellect. Is that clear, Brother Sunni? واضح الشمس في السماء. Is clear as the sun in the sky. واضح? All right. Alhamdulillah. So again, Muhammadun ahsanu qalidan fil fasli. Is that clear? Muhammadun ahsanu qalidan fil fasli. I'm sorry. Not fil fasli. Fil ma'hadi. Fil ma'hadi. So what does this mean? The institute. Muhammad is the best student in the institute. Muhammad is the best student in the institute. All right. So I want you guys to just get these notes down. Make sure you got everything clear. All right. And one of my teachers just called me. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just going to step out for one of my teachers. I'll be right back. If you guys got any questions, anything like that, feel free to ask. If you want to request the YouTube, follow us on YouTube. We have a page, and you'll get all of these videos so you can review what we went over in class. 1 second. I just need to go. I talked to one of our teachers. So here we have, all right, here we have, it says Fatima 2, please read Fatima 2. I'll try it again. Mm-hmm. So if you notice, alhamdulillah, this is a sentence referring to women. All right, but do you notice that the Ismul Tabdil is still singular, and do you notice that the Ismul Tabdil is still masculine? MashaAllah. Aina. Fatimatu akbaru talibatin fil madrasati. Okay, but please read this. Translate this to us, brother Salim. Help us. Please read this so we can know you understand. Is the biggest student. She's the biggest student. Where? In the school. Fatima 2, she is the biggest student in the school. Alhamdulillah. Here, Sayyarati. Now this is feminine, all right, what we were talking about, but it doesn't have intellect. Before we were referring to women, they had intellect, but they were feminine. All right, notice the Ismul Tabdil is still masculine, it's still feminine. Notice that the Ismul Tabdil is mudaf. Notice the noun coming after it is what? It's always it's always going to be majrur. وعلامة جره is what? Yes. All right. So let's continue on. Let's look closer. Sayyarati ajmalu sayyaratin fil jamiyati. That means that my car is the most beautiful car in the entire university. Is that clear? All right. Let's go, Salim. هذا الشارع في المدينة. Wow. So now they show you how to express again in this way with this type of Ismul Tabdil. And when you choose to express yourself with this type of Ismul Tabdil, what kind of meaning do you benefit from it? What's the meaning? How am I benefiting? What's the meaning? Why use this as opposed to this? What's the meaning? What type of meaning am I going to benefit from this type of usage of Ismul Tabdil? This is the benefit. Okay, Salim? Mm-hmm. All right, alhamdulillah. So here we have what? Khattuka. الفصل خطك أحسن خط. Again, don't be fooled. That's still majrur. It's under the shadda, but it's over top of the top. All right? That's khattin. أحسن خط. الفصل. All right, alhamdulillah. What does that mean, Sonny? It is the best. It's the best handwriting in the class. It is the best handwriting in the class. All right, alhamdulillah. Anti. What does this mean?
You are the biggest teacher in the school.
MashaAllah. Anti akbaru mudarrisatin fil madrasati. All right, wa jazakumullahu khair. Hey, inshallah, let's continue on. So it says here, amthilatun ukhra. These are more examples. Check it out. Please read that. Yasir on what? Yasir is a man that is what? He's a poor man. Yasir is a poor man. All right. Now look at again how Ismul Tabdil will help you with your Arabic expression. Look how Ismul Tabdil. This is basic stuff you learned in Medina Book 1. Yasirun rajulun. Fakirun na'wa out. You learned this in Medina Book 1. Alhamdulillah. Lesson 9. Okay. Now Medina Book 2. Lesson 3. You want to express it a little bit more better, a little bit more flowery, as they say. All right. Let's go for me. Yasirun. Again, Yasirun akbaru. They took fakirun, which means poor, and we placed it on Ismul Tabdil. It became what's the name? أفقر على وزن أفعل, which of course is the wazn of اسم التفضيل. Now look at the conditions that was filled in this particular sentence. أفقر, what's the name? رجل what? Now here اسم التفضيل is indefinite. We can see after is what? The word rajulun is what? Indefinite. We also see the rajulun is mudaf ilayhi. For the mudaf, afqaru is mudaf. MashaAllah. Let's continue on, Salim. So afqar what? Rajulan. Rajulin. Sorry. Fil what? Fil qaryati. Qaryati, son. Qaryati, huh? And I'll tell you inshallah. So what does this mean? Mumtaz. Oh, brother, let's translate that right. What does this mean? Yes, and afqaru rajulin fil qaryati. He's the what? He's the poorest man in the village. Before you were saying he's a poor man. No. He's the poorest man in the village. How do you say that in Arabic? Not ism tabdil. By using ism tabdil to express that. Inshallah, but you must fulfill the conditions. Know the conditions and fulfill the conditions when speaking and when writing, and make sure that you understand it properly when reading it. This is the goal. Inshallah. Come on, Asli, what's next? Ana Kabirun Huwa. Tayyib, read. Mumtaz. Hada Darsun Sahalun. Becomes what? Hada. Hey, now, feel what? As it says, the what? We say what? We say this. We say Hada Darsun Sahalun. What does that mean to me? I said have a Darsun Sahalun. This is what? This is an easy lesson. No, we're going to take it to another step. We're going to go further by using Ism Tabdil and really express how easy this lesson is. Hada Ashalu Darsin Fil Kitabi, which means what? This is the easiest lesson in the book. Who will agree? Who's agreeing to this? Beneficial was well. It's very easy. We got to raise our hands for that one, brother. All right, tell you al-mawzu, which means the banana. Al-mawzu, that means the banana. Rakhisun, that means what, class? That means cheap. All right. Al-inabu, that's something I love very much. Grapes. Al-mawzu, banana. Al-inabu, grapes. I couldn't choose between those two. I love them both. But what are they trying to express here, Sling? It says what? Al-mawzu, please read. Al-mawzu arkhasu min al-inabi. This is a very important sentence here. All right, if you're trying to save some money. Okay? This is a very important sentence here if you're trying to save some money. So what does this mean? Al-mawzu arkhasu min al-inabi. Okay? Al-mawzu arkhasu min al-inab. All right? So bananas are cheaper than grapes. MashaAllah. Wa jazakumullahu khair. All right? Now, we should be using this as much as possible. You want to know what's cheaper than something else. You're trying to save money. All right? So here, let's read the grammar breakdown and definition of the shaykh. I'll see you. All right. I'll see you. I see you again. You didn't come back to those. Just hit me up and let me know when you get there, all right? Okay, come on, Asani. Muhammad on. So now, and this means what? Muhammad al-Afdalu min Khalidin. All right, that means that what? The Muhammad is better than Khalid. We want to break down and understand the grammar definition of this sentence. All right, how do we justify that we can say this sentence is by what? Is by understanding it grammatically with the uses of the grammar definition of the sentence, by identifying the mubtada, the khabar, all right, in these particular sentences. Is that clear? So let's do that. So Muhammad is colored in blue. If you notice here, Muhammad is colored in blue. So we can, just see the, just really identify and see the grammar principles that are inside of it. You see that there, Salim? So here, Muhammad is blue. And under Muhammad is what? That it is considered to be a what? And then again, the Muhammad in this particular sentence, Muhammad is the mubtada. Muhammad is the subject of the sentence. Tayyib, inshallah. And the word afdalu is what, Salim? Afdalu is considered to be the khabar. Now, when we say the khabar, what does this mean, Salim? When we say the khabar, what do we mean by that? The predicate, it is the information about the subject. It is the khabar. It is the information about the subject. So Muhammad is the subject, and afdalu is what is the information about the subject. Some people say it's what describes the subject. Okay. So again, Muhammad is better. Muhammad is what? Better. Is what we're talking about here in this nominal sentences. We've identified the subject. We've identified the predicate. Now we have continuing in the sentence. We have what? We have min khalidin. We have min means from normally, and then we have what? Khalidin. And we're saying Khalidin and not saying Khalidun because it's been affected. What? Because men came, we'll say this. Because men came in front of it. This is why the noun that comes after it, the noun that comes after men, the preposition must be majrurun. And the indication that a noun is majrurun is by what? At kasr. That's the sign. So that's the 10. So what do we call men? How do we grammatically define men? We literally just say harf jar. We literally just say harf jar. We literally just say what? Preposition. Harf jar. And then we move on to the what? To the next word. And the next word says what? Ismun majrur. It is a what? It is a noun that is majrur. They like to translate majrur as genitive. They like to translate majrur as genitive. All right? I like to just say majrur and then remember how the form that it comes in from the examples that we know. And now that's how we did it in the Medina. Inshallah, is that clear? Is everybody clear? Is everybody clear? Any questions? Any questions? You got this, link? All right. So now we're going to continue on. Okay. Again, remember, we're grammatically defining the two types of ismul tabdil. The first one, with men coming after the ismul tabdil. The second one, what? With the noun that is indefinite coming after the ismul tabdil. Is that clear? Alhamdulillah. I hope you're paying attention. So now we have what? Fatimatu akbaru talibatan fil madrasati. So Fatimatu is the akbaru. She's the biggest student in the entire school. So Fatimatu here is considered to be what, Salim? It's the mubtada. It's color coded too, blue and blue. Then we have akbaru. Akbaru is considered to be what? It's the khabar. It's the information about the subject. Now, talibatan here is expressed as being the what? The mudaf ilayhi. And of course, the mudaf would be akbar. Is that clear? All right. Then we have fi. He is considered to be the what? Harf jar, like we just learned. And al-madrasati is considered to be the what? The ismun majrurun, like we just learned. Okay? The ismun majrurun, like we just learned. Okay, inshallah. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it short here. I don't want to take too much time. All right, we started at 1:30. And we want you guys to simmer on the explanation and the principles surrounding this principle, ismul tabdil, the scale that it must be on, which is af'alu. No one understands that most of the time ismul tabdil comes on that particular scale of af'alu. Af'alu with the hamza in the beginning, and then that trilateral root origin that you place upon that scale. All right, but every now and then you'll have examples of ismul tabdil that does not come upon the scale, but because of the meaning of it and because of how we use it, it is still considered to be ismul tabdil. Like the example we used earlier, as-salatu khayrun min an-nawm. Notice there's no hamza in the spelling of khayr. It's kha or kha, ya, and what? And ra. But look at the way it came. Men still came after the noun, which is a proof that it's what? That it's ismul tabdil. The meaning of it is a proof still that it's ismul tabdil. Is that clear? Tayyib, inshallah. So what we'll do is we'll bring the example as it comes in the hadith. We'll bring the example as it comes in the hadith in regards to that. Now, Inshallah. Okay. I don't want to kidnap our brother Salim. I don't know what type of time he has. I don't know what type of time he has, but I was going to bring up the hadith in regards to that matter. Hey, perfect. It's the second hadith. So as it comes in the hadith series, now this is the actual hadith book that we study in Islamic University of Medina. We have 20 hadith. We have what class? We have 20 hadith. And we have to memorize them. We have to know the narrator. We have to know where they were collected at. We have to know the vocabulary words in them. We have to know all of these things. We're going to be covering that today. We're going to give that to you guys as a benefit today. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Okay? So the hadith, as well, it has the principle of ismul tabdil inside of it. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it today. And it has both versions of Ismul Tabdil. It has the version of Ismul Tabdil that actually has the wording of Ismul Tabdil that's on the scale of Af'alu. And then it has the example of Ismul Tabdil where it's now on the scale. Okay? Let's look a little bit closer. We have here in the hadith, it says what? It says, An Abi Hurayrata radiyallahu anhu قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف رواه Muslim. So here the hadith is on the authority of who? It's on the authority of Abu Hurairah. It's on the authority of who? Meaning which companion from the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was included and heard Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say this particular statement. Okay, it was Abu Hurairah. So we say that it's on his authority. This is how we translate it. So an, that word there, an means what, class? On what? On the authority. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to turn to the board, and we're going to break down the words of this hadith. Tayyib? Inshallah. As I mentioned, we try to share the whiteboard, and go back and forth in between the two. So you'll find the students here, they're jumping back and forth on the table like Salim's on now. Just try to keep up. So try to do it like that. Try to do it like that. So about to get the board. We'll get closer. Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to use these markers here. Get each and every portion of the hadith. So the first vocabulary word that we want to deal with today is what? Is ayn. The first vocabulary word that we want to deal with today is ayn. So ayn, what does ayn mean? Ayn means, it means from or on the authority. As what they said, the hadith means it's on the authority of Abu Hurairah. The second word that we're going to go ahead and take out of the hadith is what? Is qala. Is what? Is qala. And qala, what does qala mean, class? Qala means he said. The past tense verb. Qala means he said. Everybody after me? An qala. Got that? An qala. And of course, we have Rasulullah, which of course is the Messenger of Allah. Then the dua, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which of course we all know the meaning of it. So now we're going to do what? Al-mu'minu. Everybody after me? Al-mu'minu. Al-mu'minu. What does al-mu'minu mean? Al-mu'minu. Al-mu'minu. What does al-mu'minu mean? Al-mu'minu means what, class? It means the believer. Al-mu'minu means what, class? Al-mu'minu. Al-mu'minu means what, class? The believer. Al-mu'minu means what, class? The believer. Al-mu'minu. So we're going to say an qala al-mu'minu. An qala al-mu'minu. Is everybody with me? An qala al-mu'minu. Next word. Next word. Al-Qawiyyu. Everybody after me. Al-Qawiyyu. Al-Qawiyyu. What does Al-Qawiyyu mean, class? Al-Qawiyyu means what? The strong. Al-Qawiyyu means what, class? The strong. Al-Qawiyyu means what? The strong. Al-Qawiyyu. Al-Qawiyyu. The what, class? The strong. Al-Qawiyyu. The strong. Al-Qawiyyu. The strong. Al-Qawiyyu. The strong. طيب. Al-Qawiyyu, the strong. Next word. خير. 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 What does خير mean? خير means good, but it can also be what, class? Better. خير can mean good, but it can also be understood as an ismu tabdil. All right, a noun that is tabdil, it means what, class? It means better. It means what, class? Better. After khayrun, we have what, class? What ahabbu. What ahabbu. So of course, what means and. And ahabbu. Ahabbu means what, class? More love. Now be careful, because I know a lot of people's thinking about uhibbu, like uhibbuka billah. I love you for Allah. No, this is ahabbu, not uhibbu. This is ahabbu, which is the scale for ismu tabdil, which is what, class? Which is the version of this verb when you derive it from that particular word that has a shed in it. It becomes ahabbu. Ahabbu, the noun form. It's a noun now, and it means what? It means more loved, right? It means what, class? More loved. Is that clear? What ahabbu. I hope all you guys have memorized this hadith in Arabic in this book to talk about uhibbu. No, brothers, no sisters. It's ahabbu. Again, ahabbu. After me. Ahabbu. Is that clear? So after ahabbu, we want to get the vocabulary word so we can understand this hadith. Now, what's after that? Ila. What does ila mean, class? What does ila mean, class? Do. After ila. Ilallahi. Okay, we know that word. Alhamdulillah. All right. Min al-mu'min al-da'if. So we're going to use min as well. What does min mean, class? Min means what? From. But it can also mean in this way, it's like that or that. It can mean that, right? Is that clear? All right? Well, ahibbu ilallahi min, and more love to Allah than or min, right? More min al-da'if. Now, what does al-da'if mean? What does al-da'if mean, class? The weak. He's da'if. He's weak. He's da'if. He's da'if. Weak. So we're going to say what, class? Al-da'ifu. Everybody. Al-da'ifu. Again. Al-da'ifu. Again. Al-da'ifu. What does al-da'if mean, class? Weak. He's what, class? The weak. He's what, class? The weak. Al-da'ifu. The weak. Al-da'ifu. The weak. So now, you can actually look at the vocabulary words and you can see yourself getting the understanding of the actual hadith. You can look at the vocabulary words and now you can see yourself getting the understanding of the hadith. This is how we approach the all Arabic lessons in hadith, even though we speak English, is get yourself a vocabulary word, meaning get yourself a dictionary and break down all the vocabulary words. Look at every word that you don't know in the all Arabic hadith. Then go back and break it down. And then say it in Arabic over and over again. After me. An. Qala. Al-mu'minu. Al-qawiyyu. خير وأحب. Now, إلى من. Okay? الضعيف. الضعيف. Everybody got that? Does everybody got that? All right, alhamdulillah. I hope that everybody has that. Hey, so now let's look at what the author, the Sheikh, said in regards to this particular hadith and the vocabulary words from the point of the Arab. Let's look at what he said from the vocabulary words from the point of the Arab. Now, if you guys need to picture this, somebody can take a screenshot. All right, we'll take a screenshot for you. We'll post it on Instagram a little later for you. How's that sound? All right, we'll post it on Instagram and on Facebook for you guys a little bit later. A lot of people probably saying, Brother Amar, I can't see it. Probably saying, I can't see it. I understand it. All right? But inshallah, we got you covered. We'll get it for you later. All right, so now we're going to turn back so we can finish up this lesson for the day. We're going to go back to the board so we can finish up the lesson for the day. We're going to go back to the board so we can finish up the lesson for the day. All right, tell you. So now we have Al-Qawi. We have what? Al-Qawiyu. The Al-Qawiyu, as the Shaykh explains, he says, Al-Qawiyu, he says, ضد الضعيف. He says what? ضد الضعيف. The Al-Qawiyu is the opposite of Al-Da'if. Al-Qawiyu is the opposite of Al-Da'if. Note that the Arabs, when they want to explain the meanings of words, they do what? They explain it by explaining the opposite of the word. They explain it by explaining the what? The opposite of the word. Hence, to understand Tawheed, we also have to deal with the opposite. Sure. To understand Sunnah, you have to deal with the opposite of Sunnah. Bid'ah. Tayyib inshallah, Islam. Go for it. Tayyib inshallah. So, again, the opposite of Al-Qawiyu is what? Da'if. It's the opposite of what? It's the opposite of Da'if. But Al-Qawiyu jam'uhu, and the plural of Al-Qawi is what class? Aqwiya. Aqwiyahu. Is that clear? Aqwiyahu. It says what da'ifu jam'uhu, and the plural of da'if is what class? Du'afa'u. What the afwan? So know and understand that da'if has how many plurals? Da'if has two plurals. Don't forget that. All right, it's going to come in the lesson. Don't forget that. It's going to come in the lesson. So it says what muradu bil qawi huna, and the intention when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned the qawi. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned the qawi here in this particular hadith. He says what? Al qawi fil iman wal jism. Iman, and that which was intended is that one is strong in his physical sense of being strong, meaning he can lift things, not like this light chair, but he's strong. But qawi fil iman, and he also has what? He's strong in his faith. He's strong in his faith. Is that clear? So the one that is more beloved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the weak believer is the one who's he's strong in his body, physically strong, as well as being strong in his faith, as well as being strong in his belief. Okay? So he says, and he continues on. We talk about now because we can put a check on. We understand that. We dealt with that. Remember the things and how he explained it, because it is going to come in the exercise of this book. This book has exercises and drills that you have to go home and do, and we'll give them to you. All right, we'll give them to you. It's not a problem. All right, it is really, you can find this book online free. All right, this book is free online. This book again is Majanan, free. You hear Majanan? Don't forget this word, Majanan. That means free. Get it online. All right, we'll send you the link, inshallah. So here it says what? Khayrun. After me, class, Khayrun. So Khayrun means what? Afdal. We talked about excellence, more better. Khayrun means what? Ahsan was, again, another way to say more better, like Hasanun. Good. It's even better. Khayr, inshallah. وَدِدُّهُ شَهْرٌ. And the opposite of Khayrun is Shahrun. Now that means good. So Shahrun must mean evil. Shahrun must mean evil. So here, we're done with that word. Here he's saying ahabbu. He's saying the word not uhibbu, ahibbu. And he says here ahabbu. does ahabbu mean? Ahabbu, he says, is an ismu tabdil. He says it's considered to be what? An ismu tabdil. He says, taqulu, we say, or you say, I'm sorry. Here's an example, please recently. Habib. So again, Akhi Habibun ilayya. My brother is beloved to me. My brother is Habibun. He's my beloved. He's my Habibun. All right? He's beloved to me. He's one I love. Habibun. Habibi. طيب حبيب إلي وأختي أحب إلي منه وأختي أحب إلي منه. What does that mean? Mumtaz. My sister is more beloved to me than him. MashaAllah. Understanding and seeing the way that you can express yourself. You got to get past habit kitab on it. My habit. Okay? This is where you need to be at. Okay? So again, أحب الناس إلى المسلم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is true. All right? This is what the sweetness of faith. So again, what does this mean? أحب الناس. So أحب الناس. So again, فضل أحب الناس. Yeah, watch it, brother. It's in heaven. No, bro. أحب الناس إلى المسلم. The most beloved of the people to the Muslim. أحب الناس, the most beloved from the people, إلى المسلم. And I'm the most beloved from the people, إلى المسلم, to the Muslim. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the most beloved from the people to the Muslim is the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. MashaAllah. Hey, now, and again, all this is coming from one hadith, all this benefit, showing again, driving again, the way that one uses ismu tabdil. And again, this is what you will learn in the second part of your first year in the Islamic University of Medina Language Program. Okay? So Aidon ismu tabdil taqulu. So these are some other things that one would say using ismu tabdil. These are also some things that one would say utilizing ismu tabdil. All right? So let's read these examples, please. And there's our example right there. As-salatu khayrun minan nawm. Now, as-salatu khayrun minan nawm. There's our example right there. Number one. Number two, al-madinatu. Al-madinatu al-munawwaratu. أحب إلي البلدي. Let's continue on. مكة المكرمة. ما شاء Allah. What does that mean? First of all, المدينة منورة وأحب إلي من مدينتي من بلدي. What does that mean? Yeah, but what is al-Madinah Munawwarah? That is literally called, that literally translates to the city of light. And this is how we as Muslims refer to the city of Medina. This is how we as Muslims refer to the city of Medina. Yeah. Al-Madinah Munawwarah. We call that the illuminated, the lit city. The illuminated what? The illuminated or the enlightened city. Anytime you hear someone say Al-Madinah Munawwarah, which literally means the enlightened city, we're talking about what? We're talking about Al-Madinah Munawwarah. We're talking about the city of the Prophet. We're talking about what? We're talking about the city of the crowd. All right, let's move on to the next. So Makkah Mukarramah now is Akbar from where? Akbar من طائف. Who's طائف? It's where? It's the city where? It's right outside of Mecca. Right outside. It's right outside of Mecca. All right, tell you what's next. So اللغة العربية أسهل من لغتي. What does that mean? It's more easy than my language. So now here we have what? We have your homework. And we're going to ask, this is what? This is making sure that you comprehend the lesson and that you understand everything. All right? Make sure that you comprehend the lesson, this hadith lesson, that you understand everything. You all, including Brother Salim, are required to do this homework. You have to answer from the following questions. All right? You have to answer from the following questions. And the first question is, who is more beloved to Allah? The strong believer or the weak believer? Who's more loved by Allah? The strong believer or the weak believer? That is not. It says what? Mention or Ray mention to us the hadith that talks about the superiority of the what? Of the strong believer. Inshallah. The next hadith says, "Min as-sahabi alladhi rawa hadha al-hadith al-mu'minu qawiyyu khayran." Who is the companion that narrated this hadith? The strong believer is better and more beloved by Allah than the weak believer. Who's the companion that heard Muhammad sallallahu say that? وَمِنَ الْمُحَدِّثِ الَّذِي أَخْرَجَهُ. And who is a scholar of hadith that collected this hadith? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Now we ask our brother Salim, and we ask you all right, and Salim, alhamdulillah, he's taking a screenshot so we can post it for you guys. All right? So it says, مَا مَعْنَا خَيْرٌ. Salim, what is the Arabic meaning of khayran? What is the Arabic definition of khayran? Yes, we need an Arabic definition for an Arabic word. All right? We got to step on level what? This is level 2. In the book 2. It says what? And what is the opposite of the word khayran? Let me see if Salim remembers. Salim, khayran. What's the opposite of khayran? Khayran means good. What's the opposite of khayran? Shahrun. The opposite of khayran is shahrun. Remember that. It says here, what is the opposite of qawiyu? What is the opposite of qawiyu? Da'if. Y'all should know that. That's from the vocabulary words of the actual lesson. Okay? It says, give us some solid examples, complete sentences for ismut tafdil. Remember, we started this with lesson 3, Medina book 2. And then we came to what? To the hadith curriculum or course, also from the Islamic University of Medina, that you get in the second part of your first year. You guys should know this. You don't know this? Let's get your book. Let's get the book. So it says here, it says, it says, enter each one of these words into a sentence that is correct. Enter each one of these words into a sentence that is correct. Khayrun, ahibbu, qawiyyun. All right? Inshallah. If you just got the link from WizIQ, we have an entire platform for that. This is Instagram. But on WizIQ, we have a whole entire platform that we actually pay for, and we've had it for years. That you can have a better classroom experience, below people. So contact us, all right, and you can sign up for class, or you can participate from that angle. Every now and then we try to share some benefit on Instagram, but alhamdulillah, we have a whole integrated, interactive, virtual platform that we utilize here at Marcus OB in Everton. Inshallah, contact me, inshallah. We'll talk more about it, okay? I got you. It's no problem. Okay? Oh, contact me. We can talk about it. I gotta let this brother go home before I get in trouble. His class is over. All right. So let me give him the homework, give him the directions. Let me explain the directions to y'all. Y'all can inbox me. All right, or you can call me at 347-264-6456 on WhatsApp, or you can just call us directly if you're in the States. If you're not in the States, contact me on WhatsApp. These classes are for people inside the States, inside the country, and outside the country. All right, we hold these classes every day. Tayyib, inshallah. I appreciate your questions, though. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Muslim boy, I got you, man. 25 and my biggest refund. I got you covered, man. Hit me when the class is over. I got you, okay? Men, women, and children. It's not a problem. We have everybody covered. So let's continue on. We were stopped at, I think it was like 4. Right, we did 4. And after that, 5. 5 is what? Inland for all odds. So it says here, fill in the blank space. Yes, we have blank spaces here. Fill in the blank spaces. All right? Fill in the blank space. All right, for what follows. All right, it says, so again, right? Fill in the blank space for the following sentences with words that are appropriate, with words that are what? That are correct. So it says here we have at-talibul mujtahidu ahabbu, mashallah. So here that translates as the diligent or the hardworking student is more loved, blank, al-mudarrisu, blank, at-talibu, blank. Wow. So you guys have to fill that in. That's your homework. And we say, wafakakumullah. If you guys have any questions, need any help, please give us a call. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hayyakumullah. You good, man? That wasn't overload, right? Alhamdulillah. Okay. Here, take this so we can you can come back to prayer. I'm here waiting for you. Alhamdulillah.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was crazy, man. You ain't come back. Yeah, I was in class.